got it going. So grab your foam roller and you're going to need your small hand weights again today. We're going to start on the floor with a little nice chest opener. You can also do this without the weights, this first part, if you don't want to. Sometimes it can feel a little intense depending on how your chest feels. So listen to your body. If your body says, no, thank you, then just drop your weights and do all this first part without them, because it feels good without it too. So you've got the roller. Well, you're going to chase your roller around and put it kind of in your mid upper back. Your pelvis is on the ground and your head's resting on the roller. You could also pillow your head up a little bit if you want to put, like if this feels like you can't quite rest your head down, you could put a towel or a little throw pillow under your head if that feels a little better. It's a great chest opener. You might feel already before you even grab the weights. You might have them nearby. Before you grab the weights, just find a nice goal post position. So you're right, nice 90-degree angle at the elbows, and then just let your arms hang down over the roller. I've got my knees bent, my feet flat on the ground. I'm just taking a nice breath in and out here. You might wobble a little bit right to left. That's okay. It's probably a position you haven't gone to yet today. It's a little bit of a mini back bend, supported back bend, with the chest opening in a direction we don't normally go. Back behind us. We do everything so much in front of us. Okay, so now grab your weights. Now that the shoulders have opened, the pecs have opened a bit, and you're going to bring your weights over your heart. Okay, so not over my face, but I'm pulling the weights over my heart here. That'll be my starting position. Let's reach the one arm over your head and the other one down to your hip for your toy soldier arms to start here. Take a nice breath in. And then exhale, pull the arms back up over your heart. And then switch sides. Inhale, reach over. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. So again, if it feels a little too, like if your shoulders just don't quite like it with the weights on this one, drop them down. Do all of this without the weights. And then when we get to a little more upper body work, when our back is, or the whole entire spine's on the roller, then maybe you can pick the weights up again. Listen to your body. One more each side. This arm isn't going quite past my ear. I want to just hover right beside my ear. Bring it back up. That also might keep your shoulders a little happier. They're feeling a little, I don't know, grumpy today. Okay, so then from there, we're going to take that into big circles. The arms go over the head, sweep to the sides, and then down to the hips. Nice inhale. Reach over the head and circle. I'm taking a breath in as my arms go over my head, and then exhale down. If you're doing something different and you like it, do it. As long as you're taking big, deep breaths, I'm happy. Go the other direction for me, for the other way, down to the hips. And up over the head, down. Sweeping up and around 2, down. And up and around 3. One more time down. The weights are nice though, because it helps you just give you a little bit more drag, a little bit more pull on the pecs. So again, rest with your arms over your heart. Inhale, reach your arms wide to the sides. Exhale, hug your arms. Give yourself a hug all the way around. Try to reach and grab your shoulder blades on the back of your back. And then inhale, open wide. And try that the other way. I know that depends on how much booby we have. So if you don't quite get to your shoulder blade, it's okay. You might get to your shoulders, that's fine. You might get to your elbows, your forearms, that's okay too. So just how much can you hug and then open. Inhale, open. So boobs and how open or mobile we are in our shoulders, right? Kind of tells us where we'll want to stop with these hugs. But these are nice because it really spreads the tissue in between your shoulder blades. One more of those. Nice hug. Good. And then we're going to let that go. Place your weights down and then carefully, I'm going to kind of support myself here, roll off of your roller, rest on your back. Take a nice breath in and out there. And see how that upper back and spine feels. after you've been in that supported back bend. Hopefully it feels like the ribs can nestle down into the floor a bit more. Now take your roller, you're going to put it under your feet, and we're going to go into our bridges with the weights in our hands. Again, you can do it without the weights. If you don't want them, you can just toss them aside, but it is nice. Again, a little bit more feedback. We're going light weights. I'm just using my 1 pound weights today, and it feels like just enough. Sometimes some days I like the 2 pounds. Both of those for me feel good with this work. So my heels are about hip width apart. I've got my arches on the roller, and I'm hugging the roller in towards my hips. On an inhale, we're going to take the hips up. So let's do a little prep breath first. Just take an inhale. Exhale, tone across those abdominals for me. And then bring your hands down by your sides. I was just kind of saying hello to my abs here, my hands on my belly. And now inhale, lift your hips up. Keep that roller still. Lift the arms up over the head, exhale. Check in, make sure the ribs are down, the tail is scooped under a bit. So we're trying to open up the hip crease. Now inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time, like a little chain links dropping down 1 at a time onto the mat. Once your hips land, pull the arms back up and then land them back down by your sides. So we're going to inhale to lift the hips up. Exhale, arms up over the heart. It gives you time to drop the ribs down and scoop the tail under. Inhale, arms up and over the head. Expand into those lungs. Exhale and roll down, little chain links dropping down, 1 little link at a time. Or if you'd rather a string of pearls, you could drop your pearls down instead. Let the hips get heavy at the bottom. Pull the arms up from those wing-like muscles in the back, and then land your arms down. 1 more there. Inhale, hips lift. Did that roller start to move away from you? Keep it right under the knees. Exhale, arms up. Soften the front of the ribs, scoop your tail. Inhale, arms over the head. Expand into the lungs like you're opening a balloon up on the inside of the rib cage. And then roll back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Pull the arms back up over the heart and then land back down. Okay, so now our single leg bridge we've been working on. Bend your elbows, so you're in your kind of your gunslinger position here. It's an inhale to lift the hips up again. And now this time on your exhale, I'm going to take my camera leg and my arms up to the ceiling. Exhale. Woo, there we go. Hello, hammy. Inhale, arms up over your head. Now exhale, roll down through those pearls 1 at a time, dropping back down, maybe little snaps, snapping into place. Good. Landing. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, land the foot and the elbows down. Do that on the same thing, same side. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, arms and leg up. Inhale, arms over the head. Notice how you have more weight in 1 shoulder and 1 hip. And then roll back down. All right, so we're working these diagonal chains across the body. Pull the arms up and then lower the foot and hands down. Let's try that on the other side. Ooh, inhale, hips lift. Check in with the roller. Did it wander away from you? Let the ribs scoop down. Exhale, arms and new leg up. Inhale, arms over the head. Open up that brella inside the lungs and then roll back down. The brella, I said. And then pull the arms up and then lower the foot, lower the elbows. Breathe in 1 more time. Lift those hips up. That was an exhale. Inhale there. Exhale, arms and leg up. Inhale, arms over the head. And exhale, roll down. Okay, so even I screw up the breathing. So again, as long as you're breathing, we're doing pretty good today. Good, go ahead and land your foot, land your elbows, and then put your weights to your side. Let's roll to the side. I'm gonna adjust my roller now so that it is along the length of my mat. And I'm losing my hair here, so I'm just gonna take that out. We're gonna lie along the length of the roller and move into some upper body work. So, I think I got my roller right on the little incline on the floor, so it keeps wandering away from me. Go ahead and lay down along the length of your roller. Hopefully your weights are nearby. Again, you can do this without weights. We're going into a little more upper body. So if you wanted to, if you have, You could go, I would say up to 3 pounds would be nice. Some people like it with a 5-pounder if you're really feeling spicy today. So, but I would say anywhere between 1 and 3 for your weights, if you have options around you. So I've got my head on my roller. I've got my tail on my roller. I want to make sure my ribs are also on my roller. So let's emphasize this for a second. Really arch your ribs up off of the roller. Whoop, lift them up. Because I got all this space here for my hands. Even my weights could slide in between my ribs. I want to keep that part of my back down on the roller. So I'm going to try to, again, drop the front of the ribs so the back can melt down. I'm making my own hammock in my body here that I can fall into. All right, now arms are up over your chest. We're going to inhale, open the arms wide to the sides, and then exhale, hug the arms again over the heart, not over the face, over the heart. Inhale, open wide, exhale, hug, and open and hug. So I've got my feet on the ground, gently toning the core to keep myself balanced, right? So we don't have the arms balancing here. We've got the feet navigating the balance. I'm going to call this about 8. We're going to do about 8 more of these. Open wide and hug. I'm just going like right beside the shoulders. Open and close. I'm thinking about my collarbones smiling wide as I open to the sides, and then I'm keeping that width at the front of the chest. Oh, maybe 2 more, 16-ish, and 1, and up. Good. Now reach the arms wide to the sides. Hold them here. Make sure the elbows aren't straight and locked, but you've got a little bend there. And then just take little circles out to the side. We'll go 10, 9, just little, 8, 7, 6, breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, 10, 9, 8. Those arms widening to the sides of the room. 4-ish, 3-ish, 2-ish, and 1. Good. Bring those arms up over your chest again. Now from here, you're going to bend your elbows. You can hold your weights, and you're going to reach just over the crown of the head and then push the arms straight up to the ceiling for a little tricep work. Bend and press. Now, especially with the arms over your head or your ribs popping up. So you've got that roller underneath you for feedback. Keep sinking those ribs down. I'm going to call this 6. We're going to go to 16, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that tone through the abs helps keep the foam roller stable, hopefully. 13. Overhead tricep press. Try not to bop your head with your weights. 15. And 16. Now little pulses here. So kind of in the little midway point. I'm not going all the way straight, kind of in the middle. I'm going to pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop those weights. Drop the ribs down. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift those arms up and then lower them back down. Nice. So those little pulses, you probably should start to feel those. Now flip the palms up for me. Take a little bicep curl and then extend. Curl it in and extend. And 3, and 4, and 5, 6. So these bicep curls, you might not feel as much on the way in, but it's actually a little more work as you extend in that eccentric part of the contraction as the bicep lengthens out. Let's do 8, 7, 6. Those collarbones smiling wide. It's great feedback on that roller to keep that chest nice and open. 4, 3-ish, 2, and 1. Good. Then from there, reach those arms long, offer up to the ceiling, pull them down, reach them up and down, reach up. So you feel a little more of the chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now take this into like I'm kind of doing like a circle in front to the chest and then around. It's a little bit more of a teardrop shape, I guess. So I'm going up and then opening out. So I'm offering kind of forward to the wall in front of me. It's a little bit of these, kind of the lower part of the pecs. Are we having fun yet? Let's go the other way. When you circle one way, you got to go the other. 2, About 8 of these. 3, 4. This is the last one. 5. Fun with hand weights. 6, 7, and 8. Good job. You can hold your weights if you want. We're going to go back to that goalpost position where we started. Again, let the ribs drop. If you don't like it with the weights, you can just stretch here. Again, ribs are sinking back into the roller. A little bit of a rock side to side, and then you might even start to extend the arms into more of a T position as you rock right to left. Okay. So it doesn't take much weight to start to feel those arms working. Good. Then go ahead and next time you roll to one side, roll all the way down. Rest on your back again. See how that feels. Hopefully the whole back of the body now feels much more open. You got a little more width and space to rest your bones on your mat, like you're just melting into some warm, soft sand. Okay, let me grab my notes here. We are going to come into all fours next. Let's warm the wrists up a little bit because we're doing it and kind of loosen them up. We've been gripping those weights. So no props here. I'm going to spread my fingers out and I'm going to work on these little rainbow wrist circles. So my fingers are spread. I'm pressing into the pads of my fingers. I'm going to shift to one side and then take a little arc towards the fingers. And then I'm going to end up on the other side. And then I'm going to reverse that. So on that side, I go up and around. And as you roll through, I think this feels so wonderful. I'm imagining I'm sinking pressure down into every knuckle of my hand. And then to the other side, same thing, every knuckle. This is great if you've been on the computer a lot, sewing crafty things, driving, holding a book, cooking. Let's see, what else could we do? All sorts of these things with our hands. This is just good for us. How about that? Circle around one more time. It's such a nice catch-all because it gets some opening for the wrist and you can feel how it starts to help open up the palms of the hand. All right, now take out your roll up for me. Come into a nice high kneeling position and we're going to nod the chin down to the chest. We're going to bring the hands onto the roller. We're going to start to roll down. Bring my hands under the roller and I'm going to shift out into a quadruped position. So kind of have to adjust to find that place. My hands are under my shoulders, tucking my toes. Breathe in. Exhale, tummy pulls in. Lift and hover your knees up. Find a nice kind of like parallel position with your spine and the floor. So I'm not going up high with my butt, just trying to get it parallel with my head. And then inhale, lower. Exhale, up again, 2. And down. Up, 3. And down. 4. And down, 1 more. And 5, trying to keep that roller nice and still. And down, good. Scoop your tail under, pull the roller back towards you. Let's take the sides of the roller. We're going to lift up into that high kneeling position. My roller's over my head. Twist to one side. Feels nice on the spine. Good. Inhale through the center. Pull that roller over the head, other way. Inhale through the center. And now drop the roller, chin to chest. It's like your spine's unzipping from a wall. Roll down. That was so fun. Let's try it again. Roll the roller out. Come into all fours. Slide the shoulders down. Get that nice secure shoulder blade. Tummies in. Lift those knees up to hover. 1. And down. And 2. And down. Up 3. Up 4. 1 more. Up 5. And down. Scoop your tail under. Pull the roller in. Walk your hands to the sides of the roller. 1 more time. Nice tall spine. Arms lift up. Twist to the camera, or I don't know, pick a side if you're facing the camera. Come to the center, and then go the other way. And center. Good. Drop your roller down. Nice. Okay, now take out your hand weights again. You can keep them nearby. You actually only need 1, but if you want to be fair and switch from one side to the other, you can. I want you to pick a side, hold that weight in your hand. And now the opposite leg, extend that foot back behind you. Just do a little push on the gas pedal there, kind of push your foot back and forth, get that ankle moving and pumping a bit. We work the wrists. It's only fair that we get those ankles, arches of the feet moving a bit. Now, next time you shift your weight forward, stay there. Isn't it nice that we did the wrists first, right? So we got that mobility there. Tummy pulls in, lift your leg, lift your arm up. Hover in your bird dog, breathe in here. And now exhale, pull your elbow and knee together, one. Inhale, reach long, find that nice long stretch again. Pull in two, feel those core muscles, pull the elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach, pull in three. Again, you don't have to use the weight. Something's not liking it, you can drop it down, and four. And you can even tap the floor if that feels better, and then pull in for five. And you could tap instead of going up high, okay? So up to you if you wanna hover or keep the limbs touching the ground. Let's switch sides. So we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna extend that new leg out, rock and roll on that side. Feel the difference one side to the other. Definitely have a tighter foot, tighter ankle. You might too. Nice breath in and out, starting to already tone through those abdominal muscles. Next time you come forward, stay there. Grab your weight if you haven't already. Extend the leg, extend the arm out, or you're tapping on the ground. Breathe in wherever you are. Exhale from the core, pull that elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach long. Pull in two, and stretch. And three, and pull in four, and reach one more. Pull in five, and reach. Good. Lower the hand and knee down. Sit back in child's pose for a second. Take a nice little stretch there. I'm going to move my camera up while you do that. So take a nice deep breath in and out. Stretching those arms forward. We're sinking the hips down. One more breath in and out in that child's pose. Let's inhale and exhale. And then we're going to be on the knees again. So this time we're in our high kneeling position. If you want to pad your knees up, feel free. Grab a towel, double up your mat. You might be okay. It depends on the surface you're on. So in this high kneeling position, we're going to do our kneeling hundreds today, which is a really nice postural strengthener. So you want to think about lifting up, pubic bone to navel, dropping down in your sacrum and tailbone in the back. And then you'll feel how that helps open up that hip crease. Might fire up the glutes too. Feel your head balanced right over your lungs. Start to pulse the arms back with those collarbones smiling wide. And let's inhale for 4 counts here. And then exhale for 6. In for 4. Exhale 6. Fill up that umbrella as you inhale. And then close your umbrella, exhale. And in. Exhale, empty that air. Breathe in. Now flip your palms the other way. So now my fingernails facing back. So another thing to think, if your weights were facing back to the wall, now weights face forward. Probably easier to figure out than what I just said. In for 4, out for 6. Whatever you're doing, let's do about 3 more breaths. Lift up pubic bone to navel. Really contracted those abs. Last set. Good, and give that a break. Should really turn on the back of your body. That's an exciting one, isn't it, you guys? Okay, so now we're going to take one of your weights and you're going to put it right in the pinch of your knee here, and we're going to clamp it. Okay, we're going to come down onto your hands. If you'd like, you can come onto the elbows for this too. If your wrists feel like they've had enough, totally fine here. Even you could bring your forearms on the roller for a little more stability challenge. In fact, I might just do that. So I'm going to start with some knee circles here. So I'm just picking my foot up towards the ceiling. I'm going to circle my knee out to the side and then come back down to the floor. So I go up, open, and down. I'm trying not to let my hips roll and move a whole bunch. So I'm really trying to visualize that little pinball inside my hip socket, spinning around, massaging the hip socket. And again, that little bit of extra weight is going to start to fire up that glute. And let's go the other way. So we've got 5 the other way. So I go like into my jogging on the fire hydrant, circle the knee around. 1, 2. This is really nice way to get, again, into some mobility that we maybe don't do in the leg. Really helps open up the bottom of the psoas, actually, where it connects on the inner thigh. And this is just a little bit more interesting on the roller. So if you want to play along with me, go for it. Let's switch and try that on the other knee. So we're going to switch knee pits here. Gives you a chance to kind of, again, sort of balance these diagonal lines. So we're going to do 5 circles each direction. I'm going to go up first without arching my back, pulling those abs in, circle the knee out and around. Again, I'm trying to keep the hips still. It might not be perfect, that's okay, but I'm just really sending some focus into just swirling my leg inside the hip socket. Should feel pretty good. Lights up the glute and mobilizes in those hip sockets. That's got to be 5. Let's go the other way. Make sure that back doesn't arch like mine just did. Pull those abs up, especially as the leg lifts. Pull those abs up. Your shoulders are a long distance away from your ears. Hopefully. And just checking in if one side's a little more easy to maintain the alignment than the other. Okay, I'm gonna switch one more time. Go back to that first knee pit. Clamp that weight in there. And now I'm gonna just pulse my leg up to the ceiling. My toes are pointing straight up. And I'm trying not to arch my back as I do this. So my tummy pulls in and then I just pulse the leg from there. Tone in the core. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You should feel it right where your booty and your thigh meet. 2 and 1. Good. Lower the knee down. And now fire hydrant out to the side. Pulse. 10. Actually, let's do a big one. Up and down to the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So we'll do pulses to the back and then kind of a big doggy on the fire hydrant to the side for 10. All right, switch your little knee nooks here, the knee pits. Pointing those toes straight up to the ceiling. Lift those abs up and then 10 little pulses. 10, 9. It's like you're trying to lift the inner thigh up to the ceiling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that knee down and then we're going to do the fire hydrant. I'll turn us around here. So all the way out to the side and down. Again, hips are stable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those glutes should be awake. 8, 9. 1 more. And 10. Good. Take that out. All right. So fun. Let's go for, we're going to keep with some hip mobility. We're going to lay on our backs and do our leg circles with our hips up on the roller. So we're going to come all the way down into the back, the body. I've got the roller underneath my hips. Yeah, you guys can see me here. Pull that roller up under the hips. And now again, just like we did with the bridge, right? This is a bridge position. So I'm going to try not to flare my ribs up to the ceiling. I'm going to let the back of my body fall back into my hammock, okay? Which is much nicer when you don't have to hold your butt up because it's supported by the roller. Hands on the roller, tone through the core. Let's lift one leg up to table, or not to tabletop, to stretch leg up to the ceiling. We're going to take leg circles here without moving the hips. Inhale across, sweep around. So this is actually really interesting to do after that quadruped work. Fires up the muscles of the hip a little more. So hopefully you feel a little more full 3-dimensional work through that leg. And a little more core. Let's go the other way. Maybe it feels a little more mobile than when we usually do this. 3. Again, feel the ribs drop. 4. Oh, about 8 of these. 5. Kind of a quick start. Sweep around. 7. And 8. Good. Hug that knee into the chest. And extend that other leg. Let it just hang down. Doesn't have to touch the floor. Just let it hang with gravity. Deep breath in and out. Circle your ankle on that knee that's closest to you. Go both directions. Let your body sync with your breath. Good. I'm going to switch sides. So that leg that you're just hugging in, drop that one on the ground. Other leg up to the ceiling. Stabilizing through the pelvis, 8 circles each direction. So slow start, quick sweep. 2, 3, supporting with the core, grounding with this foot on the floor. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse out and 1 and 2. Sink those ribs down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hug that knee in, extend the other leg long. That knee that's in towards your chest, circle the ankle. Let that other leg just hang with gravity. Other direction with the ankle. And then pause there, deep breath in, hug the knee in, let that hip sink, open up that hip crease. Again, great if you've been doing some sitting today. Both feet on the ground, slide that roller out, let your hips land on the floor. That should feel very nice. Okay. Come on up to sitting if you want to roll onto your side. Bring yourself up to sitting, take your weights with you. And we're going to go into our rowing back 1 and 2. So I'm going to go a little on a diagonal here first. Let's see, we're going to start with your gunslinger position here with your hands. Sitting up nice and tall, you might want to pull the flesh of your cheeks out to the sides a little bit. It gives you a little wider base. If you know you feel real rounded when you're sitting with your legs straight out, grab a pillow, boost yourself up a little bit higher, okay? So hands are in your gunslinger position here. Tummy's pulled in. There's a string pulling my head up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms forward, right? Then from there, flip your weights down. And with the hands straight, the elbows straight, lower down towards your thighs. Then you're gonna take a big circle, up and around, back to that gunslinger position. Okay, we've done this a couple of weeks now, so we're gonna speed it up. So we go inhale forward, flip lower, big circle, up and around, lift up taller, hug the legs together, right? So I'm not just here, I'm squeezing my legs, zipping up through my abs, pulling up really tall, okay? Inhale, reach forward. Keep the core engaged, lower, big circle, up and around, lift up taller, and front. Flip lower, lift up, get taller, 1 more, front. Hug the ankles together, hug the inner thighs together, and circle around. Good. Now flip the palms down. They're going to hover on the ground. Breathe in. Round your spine, slide your hands and weights forward towards your toes. Ooh, that should feel good on your spine. Nice round back. Stack your spine up, sit up tall, bring your weights up with you, and now circle around. This is the same finish. Lift up and then come back in. Deep breath in, hands down, slide the hands forward. It's like someone punched you in the gut as your arms reach forward. It's your cat back in a seated position. Inhale, roll up. Get taller, pull those arms in. And again, let's go a little quicker, round. Inhale, lift, and circle. 2 more, round, and up, and circle. 1 more round, you got it, and up, and circle. Good, stay here, legs long, hands are, let's see, we did rowing, let's see, 1, 2, rowing to the, I'm sorry, that was rowing front 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do rowing back. Bring your arms into a chest. This is the only one that kind of feels like you're rowing. You're sitting tall, shoulders down, breathe in. Now round your spine. Okay, so if I go to the side, I'm making my C curve like I just did, but I'm rolling back, pulling my oars into my chest. Okay, now stay here. Bring your hands down by your sides. Bring your head to knees, your hands forward, right? So I kind of, from here to here, soup. Now sweep the arms around. We'll butterfly stroke, stretch to your toes, and then roll up and sit tall, okay? And again, if you don't like it with the weights, drop them, just do it without. Breathe in. Pull your oars into your chest, round your back, hug your legs together. Inhale, arms down. Feel those abs wake up right there. Head to knees, hands back. Butterfly stroke. Big breath into the lungs. Touch those toes. Roll it back up. One more. Round. Pull your oars in. Inhale, arms down. Head forward, arms back. Big circle. Stretch to the toes. And then roll it back up. Grand finale. Palms up. Straight spine. Lean back and bicep curl. Flat back. Feel how that engages the abs differently? Zip up, hug the inner thighs. Hello, isn't that fun? Now come forward, offer your arms forward. You're like, oh, thank goodness I'm not in that lean back position again. Now round your spine, sweep your arms back. This feels familiar. It ends the same like that other one. Take your big butterfly stroke, reach to the toes, and then roll it back up. Okay, palms up. Lean back and bicep curl. You just go to that point where your core can stabilize you, and then offer your arms forward. I'm going a little past my hips. Round, dive those arms like they're scooping into the water. Circle the arms around, butterfly stroke to the toes. Roll it back up one more time, palms up, lean it back. Offer forward, round that spine. Circle the arms around, reach to the toes, and then roll it back up. My reformer folks, probably that feels familiar to you. All of those babies. Okay, it's plank clock, you guys. Take out your partner. Oh, I lost somebody. Bring them back on. So come up to, oh no, we're gonna kneel. Sorry, bringing someone back into the clock. So in a nice high kneeling position, we're gonna work on our 3 little plank variations we've been doing with the elbows on the roller. So you want to come to the back of your mat. I do like to make sure my toes are tucked on the mat though, so I have a little bit of friction. High kneeling position here. This should feel different now. We've done a lot of mobility for the spine. So think about how this feels versus right when we were here before, doing our roll downs, doing all those hundreds kneeling. So take a nice breath in. Nod the chin to the chest. Notice how that spine feels as you roll down. Maybe get a little more mobility. Walk the roller out, come onto your elbows, or sorry, on your forearms, and then find your plank position. Now that might be knees down. Wherever you are, scoop your tail, lift your abs. If you can, pick your knees up. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out here. Breathe in. Exhale. Lift your belly up away from your shirt. So imagine you can open up your umbrella inside the ribs as you inhale. Exhale, close your umbrella. And then pick the belly up away from your shirt without picking your butt up to the ceiling. That's the fun part. Breathe in. Exhale, close that umbrella. And then lightly land the knees down. From here, right, so now everyone's in their modified plank. Scoop your tail under and then pull your roller towards you. Pull it in, pull it in. A little bit of extra ab work. Come back up to the top without the roller. Let's take your twist to the side. Lift the arms up. Twist the other way. Just get that spine moving a little bit. Good, and then roll down. Forearms on the roller again. Set up in your plank. So you're on your knees. We're gonna do a little rock front to back. You could be here as you rock front to back, or up on the knee, up on the full plank, you're pushing your gas pedal from your feet. So let's go for 10, 9, 8, deep breaths in and out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lightly land the knees down. We're not done yet. Breathe in. Scoop your tail. Pull that roller in. That little extra contraction at the end. Arms up. Oh, twist. Lift those arms up. Twist the other way. We got one more round, you guys. Nice inhale. Roll it back down. Elbows to the roller. Find your plank. I got 2 variations for you here. In your full plank, lift your knees up. We're going to point one foot, lift it up, take a little pulse, and down. Other side. Pulse and down. Now, if you want knees down, I want you to just lift one knee up and lower. Pick the other knee up and down, or you're all the way up. Pulse, 2, down, pulse, 2, down. Wherever you are, one more set. 1 and down, other side, up and down. Now, if you're up in your full plank, slowly land, deep breath in, Last time, curl that spine in. Those abs should really be turned on. Good, this time take the sides of your roller, roll yourself up, and then take a little back bend opener after all that compression in the core. Good, lift yourself up, and then bring that roller back down by your side. All right, y'all, where are we? Whew. I'm a little warmer. Let's go for one more thing here. Little extension. You're gonna come onto your bellies. This might, I don't know, this might be nice after the abs, it might not. Your core might be like, I'm so compressed, I don't want to extend. So come into your karate chop position on your roller. I've got my forearms on the roller, my thumbs are up to the ceiling. Now, my toenails are down on the ground about hip width apart. My head's right in line with my biceps. Shrug your shoulders way up to your ears, like I usually don't let you do. Lift your abs up and now slide your shoulders down and begin to lift your upper body up. That roll, or you'll feel it roll back towards you as you lift your chest up, 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 up. Just as far as your body is, it's comfortable for your body. Breathe in there. And then exhale, slowly lower down, lengthen forward. So we're gonna get arms, get in the back working, breathe in. Slide the shoulders down, lift the upper body up again. Tummy's lifting up off of the mat. And then reach forward to lower down one more time. We're gonna add on a little bit. So if you wanna slide the roller a little bit up the forearm, you can. Lift yourself up and now stay up. Bend your elbows into your ribs and then shoot those arms out. Try that again, bend them in. Oh, that's a neat one. This is for your serratus. Little muscles that wrap around the ribs. Reach those arms out and then lower yourself back down to the ground. Woo, good job, you guys. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Bring yourself up. Grab your hand weights, light ones. Swing your knees in front of you with your feet to one side. And then you're going to lift one hand up with your weight in your hand and then reach it back behind your head for a nice little mermaid stretch. That's going to stretch out all of that work through the arms, those stabilizers, especially we just finished working with the planks and those swans, those little serratus swans we just did. Good, lift that up. Bring that hand to the ground. Do the same thing on the other side. Remember, you want to make, instead of a loungy position here, make your sideways C. And with that weight, it really does help you. You can even start to extend the arm if you like that feeling. Lift that up. Again, if you don't like the weights, do the same action without them. Up and over and lift. And stretch up and over, a little more flow. One more. Lift, stretch up and over. And lift and stretch over. And then we're going to swing the legs around, come through the center. Swing them on around to the other side. One side probably feels way more comfortable than the other. So you can hold on to, I don't know, you can just have your hand on the floor, you can hold on to your shin, bring the other hand up behind the head, and just letting the gravity and that little extra 1 or 2 pounds behind the head start to open up the side of the body. Lift that up, try to create your sideways C on the new side. You can bend the elbow or extend long. Lift that up, side bend up and over. Again, just that little bit of extra weight really does help give you some more traction, a little more stretch through the fascial tissue, through all these muscles. Good. And then bring that back up. You can swing your legs in front, drop your weights, give yourself a hug. Thank your body for the work it does for you. We are fortunate to move in the ways we can. And we are done. Thanks, you guys.